Hi friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Caitlin and we are continuing with our March Sadness series, even though it is well into April at this point. We are taking the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette against the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 1 palette. And I am going to show you the updated bracket. For those of you who haven't already subscribed, please do. It'll make me really happy. If you could also just make sure to like and comment on this video, that would be great. Anyway, here's our updated bracket. As you can see, Moonspell is the first palette to move on to the next round. We've already done that video, and now we're moving on to Mercury Retrograde and Norvina Volume 1, like I mentioned. First up, we're going to be starting with the Norvina Volume 1 palette today, and the first step of that is taking the shade A3 from that palette on the Sosu X Kaylee SK04 brush. Honestly, it's a British or Irish brand. I don't know if it's pronounced Sosu. I think it's like S-O-S-U. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. If you're British and you know what it's actually pronounced like, please let me know in the comments. Thanks. So with this shade and brush, I'm just creating an outline of the shape that I want for this eye look. And really I want to follow kind of my natural eye shape. So I'm keeping my eye open while I map out the line coming off of my, natural sort of lash line, and then also going into my crease. I'm basically just outlining my own natural eye shape. Now we're taking the shade B1 on the Sosu X Kaylee SK02 brush, and I'm using that to blend out where we put the shade A3. So I filmed this video with no audio because Tyler's working, and if you look really closely in the reflection of the whiteboard behind me, you can kind of see a shadow move and type on his computer. And I didn't want to disturb him while he was working. Now we're taking the Sosu X Kaylee SK07 brush with the shade B4, and that's a pretty deep purple in the palette, and I am distracted by Criminal Minds that I guess I have on my iPad right there, and so I'm laughing at TV while I'm doing this. And for this shade, I'm basically keeping this to the outer half of my eye that I want to have be deeper than the front half, if that makes sense. And now we're just blending that out with the SK02 brush, and the shade. I don't think I added more of the shade B1 on, I'm just blending it. Also, I feel like I said SK02 for the last brush. The last brush was SK07, if I mixed that up. Oops. I'm not even sure if this set of brushes is still available. Also, like I said before, they come from Ireland, so you probably don't even want to pay shipping and anything on that anyway. But essentially, with each deeper shade that we're using, I'm using a smaller and smaller brush. So I started with like a pencil brush with the, kind of medium colored shade to outline. And then I blended that out with a fluffy blending brush. And then, as you can see now, I'm deepening it again with that really dark shade with a very, very thin detail brush. And those are the kind of brushes that, if you wanted to recreate this look, that's what you would be looking for. And with any eye look, essentially what you're going to do is pack on color, blend it out, pack on more color to deepen it, blend it out, and you just kind of repeat that process over and over and over again until you get it to the desired depth that you want. I hope at this point you guys just see that I'm literally redoing the first 3 steps I explained just over and over and over again. It just in a different rotation too, a lot of blending, a lot of adding, either B4, A3, depending on what I'm going for overall. Now we're doing something different. We're using my cut crease brush from Sigma, which is the E62 brush. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer on there, and I'm just patting that on my lid, and then I will look up, or I already did, but I look up, and then it creates a line that's in my crease, so I can just follow that line, and then I slowly kind of spread oh, there it is. So you can kind of see that line that started, and then I'll slowly kind of spread that out. And I start with like less product, so then it's a lot easier than if you have too much. And you don't necessarily need to use an eye primer for this. You can use your any concealer, and then I'm going back in with the shade B4 on the SK07 brush to deepen that outer part. Now that I've placed the eye primer down and essentially just cut my crease, I'm putting that darker shade back out, and then also adding some more A3 because I lost some of that when I cut my crease, so I'm just kind of fixing some stuff. And I put B4 on the outer third of my eye, and then A3 on like the middle section to kind of blend that into what I'm putting right now, which is the shade C1 with the Morphe M167 brush. And I'm putting that on the inner third of my eye and blending it into where I put A3 on the lid. And then just blending A3 into that white shade a little bit more. And I got rid of too much white, so now we're going back in with the C1 on the Morphe M167 brush and blending that out with my finger. And then I'm just deepening the shade B4 on the outer third, and now blending that crease all together. blending the lid a little bit, the shades B4 and A3. And I have added eyeliner to my liquid liner and to my waterline. And now I'm just going in with the shade B4 on the SK07 brush. I just used the same brushes. And then on this one, I mixed A3 and B1 on the SK02 brush and just blended that out. And then I'm taking C1 on my Morphe M326 brush and putting that as my brow bone highlight. Now we're moving on to Miss Mercury Retrograde. This look, I wanted to recreate a look I did for Thanksgiving that I thought was really pretty, and it is really pretty, but I'm warning you right now, it's the shimmer in this look that is so beautiful in person, and it just doesn't pick up on the camera, just so you know. So this is gonna look kind of lame, but anyway. I took the shade Off Balance on my Sigma E35 and blended that into my crease. I also added the shade Libra and kind of mixed that with Off Balance to give it more of a purpley look. I'm not sure when I did that, but that's what I put in my notes. So now we're taking the shade Hot Mess on my Morphe M222 brush, and I want to do a halo eye with this look, so I am keeping this to the outer corner of my eye and the inner corner as well. Also, just a tip that I feel like is helpful for any eye shape is, well, for hooded eyes, it's a little bit different, but for a lot of eye shapes, it's really helpful to keep your eye open while you're trying to map out kind of the shape that you're looking, because most of the time your eyeshadow is, people are looking at it with your eyes open, not with them closed. So you want to make sure that what you're doing is, with your eye open, is looking how you want it to look. I know with hooded eyelids, when your eyes are open, you don't really have a lot of lid space. So if you open your eyes and are mapping out your shades, you're going to want to go more above your crease, since your crease kind of disappears. So I am putting the shades Cosmic and Supernova on the center of my lid with my finger. And then I'm just blending back the shade Hot Mess with my Morphe M222 brush. And then also blending the crease colors a little bit more. Going back in with some Cosmic and Supernova. And again, Hot Mess with the Morphe M222 brush. So many twos. And now I wet my Morphe M167 brush with Fix Plus, and I'm putting Cosmic on my lid as a wet shadow instead, and then blending that out with my finger. I'm taking the shade Momentum on my Morphe M326 brush and putting that on my lower lash line. I added winged liner to my lid, obviously, and then on my waterline, I took just kind of like a nude shimmery like gel liner. I didn't write down the name of it, and where I'm editing, I don't have access to it, so I don't know what it's called, but it's just like a little nude colored shimmery liner. And then I blended all of that out, and now here are the final looks. And this is me trying to show you the shimmery shade. So what do you guys think? Which do you like more? One's definitely a daytime look, and the Norvina Volume 1 is a nighttime look, and that's the one that won for me. So Norvina Volume 1 is moving along onto our next round. And then if you haven't already, please, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!